All right, this exercise is a hip lift with a hip adduction isometric. Essentially, you're gonna be doing a hip lift while squeezing something between your knees. All right, so what I'd like you to do is get on your back with your knees bent up and your feet flat on the table. You could do this on the ground. You could do it on something with a firm surface so you'll be able to see the contour of the surfaces. All right, so what I'd like you to do is you're gonna place a block. Yoga block works, roll of toilet paper, a pillow, anything you can get between the knees. Just something that allows about 4 inches of space. Okay, you wanna point your toes up toward the ceiling. So your heels are digging down. All right, now, you also don't wanna have your feet too far out because then that's gonna tend to elevate the back. And you don't wanna have your feet too far forward because you're not gonna be able to get good hamstring activation. So you want your feet somewhere in between to allow best optimal muscle output. Okay, now let's go thing from the top down. First, your neck is in a nice relaxed position. Then I want you to fully exhale to let your ribs kind of depress down, and exhale until you feel your abdominals contract. All right, this is going to put your rib in a downward position. Then I want you to pull through your hamstrings while maintaining your ribs down, and try to push your knees going forward. And this is going to posteriorly tilt your pelvis. You'll feel your back flatten to the ground. And then you can even add in a little bit of a posterior pelvic tilt coming from your rectus and deep abdominals. So again, ribs down, heels down, pulling down and in. You'll feel the back of your hamstrings, knees forward, pelvic tilt. Okay, you don't want to feel the muscles in the front of the hips or too much in the rectus. You don't want to be in a flare position. Stay down. Heels down, deep breath in. You're going to squeeze the block about 25 to 50%, pulling your heels towards you. Try to keep the low back on the ground as long as you can, and eventually start to lift the hips up in the air while squeezing the block. You should primarily feel the hamstrings activating in the back and even the inner thighs a little bit. Okay, ultimately, you want to be able to feel the backs of the legs. You don't want to feel your paraspinals or the low back. Okay, if you feel the low back, you're likely stuck in a little bit too much extension, and you got to do a better job of exhaling further out, pulling your heels down while keeping your low back flat to the ground. Okay? I hope this helps. You can hold this as an isometric position for about anywhere from 10 seconds all the way up to a minute, and do about 2 to 3 sets to really feel and allow those muscles to activate and contract. All right? Hope this helps.